Hi guys. What you just heard, which I hope don't get copyrighted, was the laugh of the new Joker from the deleted scene that was released yesterday, which I would have put the video up yesterday, but I was doing other things, and I was making another video, so I didn't get around to it. But I watched this clip at least, 10 times. I've watched this clip through and through multiple times already, and here I am talking about it. I'm not sure where to start first, so I'll start from the beginning. But basically, Barry Keoghan, however you pronounce it, I think is going to do a phenomenal job. I think he's going to kill it. Plus, he basically has the world in his palm right now. Or at least yesterday he did. But that's not what we're talking about. But anyways, I absolutely love this scene. And it was a deleted scene for a reason, and I'll get into that. I understand exactly why it was, and I agree with the reason. But let's talk about the scene itself. Before the official clip actually released, Matt Reeves, the director of the movie, and the absolute glorious god that's creating this Bat universe, came out and talked about the deleted scene before they released it, and it was pretty much spot on. He described it exactly how it is, and I actually covered this already in the breakdown video I made that is already up on the channel. If you desire to see that and watch that, if you haven't already, you can go check it out anytime. But for now, let's focus on the scene. This scene was supposed to take place after the commissioner's death, after Batman and Gordon find the commissioner in the morgue and find the rat trap, and then Batman would have went to Arkham to find this Joker, which actually isn't the Joker just yet. He has all these characteristics that make him the character that we know, but he hasn't taken up the title. He hasn't taken up the mantle of the Joker yet. And with that being said, since that's a known thing that he's not Joker yet, and Barry Keoghan is already killing it just by this one scene, he has a lot of potential, and I am so excited to see not only where this universe goes, but also the character of Joker and where Barry takes him. I think he's going to do phenomenal as him. So far, every casting choice has been phenomenal, as we all see in the movie. Everyone did great. They actually played the characters, and it felt like they're playing the characters, and they brought them to life. And I think Barry's going to do the exact thing with Joker. And I can't wait to see where he does with it. I'm not sure when they're going to use him. I don't think anyone knows. Maybe the director himself, probably, most likely, because he's the director, and he's the one conjuring all of this up. But regardless, when they use him, I'm really excited to see more of him. You can't really have Batman without Joker. A lot of people don't want Joker because he's used so much in Batman media, but you can't have Batman without Joker, and you can't have Joker without Batman. It goes hand in hand with each other. It's like yin and yang kind of thing. So it was inevitable, especially since Matt Reeves, the director, is trying to make this universe of solely with Batman and his villains in Gotham. Joker was bound to come up at some point, and I think the casting was a good choice. Only in this 5-minute clip, 5 minutes only, Barry does an amazing job of really capturing the character that is Joker and the relationship between him and Batman. And I don't think we've come anywhere near close to what could be his maximum as an actor and as his role as Joker. So there's so much potential there, and I cannot wait to see what they did with him and what he does with the character. And obviously, I'm not the one to compare and contrast with actors and whatnot, but this is an iteration of Joker that we're getting in live action, and of course there's been many other live action iterations of him, so of course that topic is going to come up. By the way, this entire franchise, or this Bat universe that they're making, I think Barry Keoghan might be a definitive version of Joker. He might be the definitive Joker in a live action movie. Just like how all the other actors in this film did phenomenal when they move on, and Joker does get a big part in it, I think he's going to do absolutely brilliant. I think Barry's going to bring a full deck of cards to the table, and that's no pun intended or anything like that, but I really do think he's going to. Like this film, every actor really brings the characters to life, and it really does feel like they're the true core character. And Matt Reeves knows what he's doing, and all the casting choices have been great so far, and I think Barry's going to do the exact thing. He's really going to make the character feel like it's come to life, and he's going to capture the character and its essence perfectly, just like I already said about the rest of the characters in this film. I may have just repeated myself over and over, but I truly just am really excited to see what they do with this universe and how they branch it out and make it Gotham and the characters really true and come to life. And the same thing goes for the Joker. I think Barry's going to do a great job, and he's going to kill it as Joker. Whenever they do use him again, and whenever he returns for the role, I think he's going to do fantastic. And again, just in this 5-minute clip, he really does capture the character, and he gets it right. So I'm just so excited to see what else they did with him. But let's talk about the clip and actually what happens in the clip, and more about Joker than just what I think about Barry's performance. But anyways, in this scene, this deleted scene that we got, Batman goes to Joker to try to ID the Riddler, or just to get into his head and find out what Riddler's motives are. So Batman's dealing with a serial killer on the loose. He goes to another inmate, someone else that might think the same or understand another killer's motives. He goes to Joker to try to find out what Riddler's motives are and why he's doing what he's doing. His reasoning behind it and who he is. And the entire time, from beginning to end, Joker is just messing and teasing with Batman. The entire conversation from behind the glass is just Joker teasing and crawling his way into Batman's head. He's just getting into his head and messing with him the entire time. We truly don't see too little of him or too much of him in this, and we only really see a glimpse of what's to come from this relationship between Batman and Joker. But from what we saw in this scene, they get it pretty damn well and they nail it. So that being said, it has a lot of potential. Barry's Joker and this relationship, the universe that they're making already has much potential and is already off to a phenomenal start. But this Joker and Barry in this franchise or this series is amazing. It has so much potential. Like I said, it could be a definitive version of Joker, and this could be the perfect Joker we've been waiting for. Like, the film was a Batman movie. It was an amazing Batman movie, and a lot of people have been waiting for a movie just like that, and that's what we got finally. And this Joker might be the same way. We'll have to see when they use him again or whenever he comes back up. But from everything we've seen so far and what we know about this version of Joker, this has the potential to be the perfect Joker. This might be the Joker that everyone's been waiting for, just like how a lot of people have been waiting for that Batman movie that we just got, this film. This could be the Joker that a lot of people have been waiting for and have been wanting. This could be the Joker. Of course, there are many Jokers before him, like before Barry, so that's more of opinionated of which one you like the most or which one you like the least and whatnot. But I think Barry's going to kill it, like I said. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job, and he's really going to bring out the core character, and he's going to do a phenomenal job as a Joker. I really do hope that they use him right and they don't overuse him. Just like in this clip, there wasn't too little of him, there wasn't too much of him. I think that they did a perfect amount, especially in a deleted scene, which is probably one of the best deleted scenes ever. At least the best I've seen. Definitely my favorite one out of deleted scenes. But regardless, you have to admit it was a pretty good scene. But I apologize because I really hate repeating myself. But I think Barry's going to kill it. I think he's going to do phenomenal as Joker. And I cannot wait to see these two interact even more. But let's get on to the things we haven't talked about yet, because I've been rambling on for a good minute now. Alright? Are we good? We good? Alright, cool. I talked about Barry's Joker and his performance in this clip. I think he did phenomenal. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but I really can't stress enough how much I liked his performance. I think he did amazing as Joker. I really do think he's going to bring out the character a lot in this role. But we haven't talked about his design yet. Obviously, what we're looking on the screen is his fingers, which look absolutely morbid, but that's honestly a really good thing, especially for this universe that they're making, and how they're taking the realistic and grounded feel to it, but not too realistic, which I'm a big fan of. It still has some comic book and fantasy elements to it, which I'm glad wasn't taken away. At least that's how I see it, because to me, it does feel like a comic book movie. It does feel like Batman come to life. So that's maybe where I get that point from. Because not everyone else is seeing the fantasy side to things. But that's besides the point. Grounded or realistic or whatever you think of it, it was a damn good Batman film. And that's what we all wanted. And that's what we got, which I couldn't be more grateful for. But let's continue talking about Barry's Joker. By the time of me recording this, basically, or almost everyone has seen Joker from this universe, or Barry's Joker. And if you haven't, you should definitely go watch a clip. Like I just said, it's a great clip. And Barry actually does deliver a fun, amazing, and disturbing performance with the Joker. That's really what all this praise I'm giving him for is, or what could be praise, because the whole point of me making this is basically saying he has a lot of potential, and he could be the best Joker, and a lot of people's favorites, including me. Plus, possibly the most comic accurate, because that's what these movies should aim for. That's what comic book movies should aim for. Because they're trying to bring the characters to life. That's where they came from, the comics. That's what they're originally from. That's what they should embrace. Which I think a lot of things don't do sometimes in comic book movies, which they should start doing. But anyways, I keep getting sidetracked. Alright, well, anyways, Barry's Joker. Obviously, we've all seen him, or at least if you're watching this, you've kind of got to look at him. Not a full look yet, because I'm going to put look in later, or add this maybe. But he's disgusting looking. He looks like a monster. He looks morbid and he looks disturbing, which is an interesting take. Like I said before, you can't really have Batman without Joker. You can't have Joker without Batman. They go hand in hand. He's literally his arch nemesis. So whether you like it or not, like I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't want Joker because he's so, he's used so much in media. I might have said that already, but that for the same point, like he was going to come up regardless in this universe, some way or another. And now they're making him already exist. We haven't even seen his first encounter with Batman, but he already exists and he's in Arkham, like we've seen, just like this clip that was deleted. But he's already in the movie anyways with the ending scene with the Riddler in Arkham already. So he's already in Arkham. He exists. We just don't know when they're going to use him again or when he's going to escape Arkham. But this Joker is definitely, without a doubt, insane. He's, again, no pun intended, but he's batshit crazy. Barry Keoghan even brings this childlike tone to him, which I actually sort of like. I really do like Barry's voice. I really do like his Joker voice, and his laugh in this is a lot better. Like the scene that actually made the movie, I kind of found it out as unnecessary, but this clip made it much better and does his laugh and his Joker performance, just him as Joker in general, much better. It does it a lot more justice than what we got before. We didn't even know how much we were going to see. We knew he was in the scene. Like I talked about last video, Matt Reeves talked about this deleted scene before they released it. And I talked about it for a bit towards the end of the breakdown video. But we've heard about Joker already. We didn't know how much we're going to see him. I really like how he's done in the scene because it leaves a very intimidating and mysterious nuance to it all. And we don't really get a good look at him. Even now, which I'll put up in a little bit, there's actually edits of people putting his face together because we don't know what his full face looks like. It's this very, very close-up picture of his face that pans downwards to his smile as he laughs behind the glass. He's even obscured by the glass, almost the entire clip, which is awesome to me. And a lot of other people are saying it kind of feels like a Hannibal kind of situation, which might be influenced off of. But regardless, or inspired, same thing. But whatever, it's a badass scene. Alright, well, back to his design. Like I said before, he looks disgusting. He looks weird. He looks like he's crazy. It's not just by his performance and how the joke is mannerisms and how he acts. It's literally all just by his physical appearance too. He looks like he belongs here in Arkham. And I'm going to put these pictures up on the screen right here because you could probably tell his fingers are all bloody and all mangled up. And even the back of his head is. The temples of his head and the entire back of his head is just covered in hair, but it's not like it's growing out. It's all scattered around his scalp or the back of his head and temples. And it literally just tells us that it looks like he rips his hair out himself, and that he just digs into his face. It tells it in his face too, that I'll show. It looks like he claws into himself, and he just can't stop scratching and clawing into himself, just digging into his face and messing himself up physically, and he's obviously already mentally. The director Matt Reeves has already come out and said that this Joker was born with a disease, with a condition that which might be why his face is all messed up, or maybe that's his reaction to this illness that he has, or this disease that he was born with, this condition. And the condition is basically where he can't stop smiling. His face is always stuck in that position, and that's maybe a reasoning behind all these scratches and marks that he's caused himself. Just like his hair, like I already said, he rips it out himself, and he can't stop mangling himself up, and he just has his fingers digging into himself all the time, which is really unsettling, but I think it makes for the character. Now, his skin is white, but I'm not sure if it's just makeup or just how they're making the character look. Because I know Matt Reeves has said already that there is no vat of chemicals. He did not fall in chemicals, or as of yet, at least. He could down the road, maybe, possibly. We don't know until we see it. We won't know until we see it. But regardless, Matt Reeves did say that there hasn't been no vat of chemicals. So it's not. There's no chemical involvement, and maybe it is makeup. I'm not sure because some of it does look like it's smudged a bit, or maybe that's just how his skin looks from the condition, or maybe just from him clawing at himself all the time. I'm not sure, but regardless, this Joker does look creepy. He looks weird. He looks bizarre. He does look creepy, and I do really do like the design. Not only because it looks cool and freaky, it fits his universe, and I think it really does embrace the insanity and chaos that goes on with Joker, and not only mentally, but it really displays it physically as well. Clothing-wise, we don't see him in anything besides his inmate outfit because he's in Arkham. But I really do hope they go down the road of the suit, the classic, purple suit, flower, of course, on the chest area, which I would love to see. Even if it's like a decayed flower, because it would fit the Joker more. It doesn't really matter how they do it, but I really just do hope it's good. Because again, this Joker has a lot of potential, and he may be the best Joker yet once we see him. As with a bigger role or maybe a major antagonist part in it, but regardless, he has a lot of potential, and I think he could be the best Joker if possible. And again, I'm not sure if he's already wearing makeup or that's just how he looks so far, but I really do hope that they make it the way where he's self-aware of that he looks all mangled up, and he really does look how he is mentally. And he does show his insanity, but I really hope that they make him self-aware of how mangled he is and his appearance, but he still cares very much for his appearance and his clothing and the makeup and whatnot. Like he tries to look his best, even though he's self-aware that he's not, and he looks like that. if that even makes sense, I don't know. It fits his character that he would want to look dapper or look, he would look good. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if that even makes sense to anyone else, but hopefully. Yeah, obviously the smile too. Like I said, this Joker is very mangled up physically and of course mentally, like every other Joker is. And I just said my hopes for what's to come with his, clothing design and whatnot. I trust in Matt Reeves and Barry. I think they know what they're doing by Barry's performance and what Matt Reeves has created so far. I believe in both of them, and I think they're gonna do phenomenal with it. And like I said, we don't get a clear image of Joker's face in this, which is kind of cool because it leaves up to the imagination and the audience to think of how he looks fully, with his hair included and whatnot. But we do have these edits that people have made of trying to construct his face from the angles that we get. So here this is, and we'll move on to the next topics. Also, P.S. as much as I do like how disturbing this Joker is looking, with how mangled up he is and how disfigured he is, maybe tone it down a bit for how swollen his face looks. I do get that all the cuts and bruises and whatnot will, swell your face up, but his face does look too fat, maybe. I think, or maybe it is swollen, or maybe it just looks like that because of the edit. I'm not sure, but if it is like that, I kind of just hope it tone it down for a more thinner face for, because it is Joker. But anyways, let's get on with it. The whole topic of this video and the idea of it is talking about this deleted scene, and just that, it's a deleted scene. And I know exactly why it was deleted, and I understand, and I agree with it completely. For one, I said before in a previous video that it was taken out for the sole purpose of helping the story move freely and helping the movie's plot keep on going. But if this scene was added, Joker would have, without a doubt, definitely taken the antagonistic spotlight from the Riddler. So I can see if they didn't want the spotlight being taken from Riddler, and I completely agree with that. This would have definitely been a pivotal role in the movie and have nothing to do with the plot or the overall arching actual storyline going on. And the thing I have to say about this is that I wonder if it is canon. Obviously Joker being in this universe and being in Arkham is canon, and their relationship already being established and how they were talking to each other is canon and whatnot. But did Batman go to Arkham to try to ID Riddler? Did this happen and it wasn't in the film? I mean, most likely not. I don't think it is. I'm going to say it's not. Because, it is a deleted scene, after all. But just something I had to say. And also, since making this video, or while I'm making this video, a thing that's been released was that someone actually noticed that Joker took this paperclip out of the files that Batman gave him. Like all the files and papers that Batman and Alfred have deciphered about the Riddler, Batman gives over to Joker so Joker could see what's going on. That's when we see his fingers. And Joker actually steals the paperclip, or maybe not, and it would just look like that. But it looks like Joker did take the paperclip. But I guess that isn't really going to lead anywhere since it was a deleted scene. And indeed, a phenomenal deleted scene it was. I would go more into the origin of this character and what the director has revealed about him so far, but I already talked about it in my breakdown review. You can go, or breakdown video, I guess. You can go watch it if you haven't, or if you want to watch it again. You're free to do whatever on the channel. You can go do that if you want. But I think I'm going to end it here before it gets too long. I didn't want this to be a too long video or anything like that, but it's starting to get longer than I had aimed for, so I'm going to end it here. But basically, to sum up my thoughts and basically go over what I already said, Barry Keoghan is now the Joker. Whether you like it or not, he is the Joker. And in my opinion, I think he's going to embrace his character to his fullest, and I think he's going to really bring this character to life. I think he is going to be the best Joker, or at least has the potential to become it. Basing it off of his performance in this little clip, we haven't even seen near his full potential as Joker. So there's much to come from this character, and I think he has very, very high potential. And again, just from this clip alone, they already have this relationship between Batman and him established, and it is phenomenal so far. Another thing I wanted to talk about, but I didn't know how to word it or talk about it too much, so I didn't talk about it too much, was the line where Joker says, like, let's get off Riddler, let's talk about you, you're so much more fun. I don't know. It just really did feel like Joker behind the glass that Batman is talking to. And he's not even at his fullest yet. But anyways, I do think Barry Keoghan is going to absolutely kill it as Joker, and I really do think he's going to embrace and bring this character to life and fulfill his role as the Clown Prince of Crime, aka the Joker. Maybe I will make another video or two on it and where I want to see this Joker go, but I'm not sure. I think this pretty much covers everything, or one of my main points without making it too long. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it greatly, and I of course have many other Batman videos up on the channel. Not even Batman in general, just about the movie alone. So you can go check that out if you want. But regardless, thank you for watching. Again, I appreciate it greatly. This has been Ghostie, and peace out. I bid you all farewell.
Ha 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 ha!